And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the order of operations. So you know that sometimes we have an expression that may contain addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, or all of them together. So you should know where should you start. So that's why we learn something called order of operation. In order of operations, we might have operations of same power, which means they are all plus, so all the numbers are added, or all of them are subtracted from each other. Even if we have plus and minus together, they are of same power. Also, if all of them are multiplied by each other, all of them are divided, or even multiplied and divided at the same time. Also, we might have operations of different power, like if we have addition and multiplication, or subtraction and division. In every case, we are going to do different things. If we have same power, we're going to start performing from left. If we have different powers, we're going to start by the strongest. The strongest are multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. So let us start practicing the following expressions. As you can see, all these expressions, they have the same operation. So either all of them are addition or all of them are subtraction. So you should start from left to right. I always underline those that I'm going to find their answer to make things easier. Okay? So if we have a 4 plus 8 plus 1 plus 3 plus 6, I've underlined 4 plus 8 because 4 plus 8 is 12, then 12 plus 1 is 13, 13 plus 3 is 16, and then 16 plus 6 is 22. So if all of them are of the same power, you start from left to right. I advise you to solve the subtraction one and check your answer if it's correct. Now, what if I have addition and subtraction? But you know that addition and subtraction are of same power. Same power means they do the same thing. So we start from left to right, as if I have all of them addition or all of them subtraction. So here we have 13 minus 5 plus 10 plus 2 minus 7. So I'm going to start with 13 minus 5 because I start from left to right. 13 minus 5, it's 8. 8 plus 10, it's 18. 18 plus 2, it's 20. And then 20 minus 7 is 13. Now, I have 7 times 2 times 5 times 6. All of them are multiplication. That means you have to start from left to right. So 7 times 2 is 14. 14 times 5, it's 70. And 70 times 6 is 420. Now, what if you have all of them division? Also, all of them division, you start from left to right, as you can see. And then the last one, we have division and multiplication at the same time. So multiplication and division are of same power. So addition and subtraction are of same power, and division and multiplication are of same power. So we start from left to right. I advise you to practice these. Just copy the expression, try to solve it by your own, and then check your answer. Now, sometimes in a numerical expression, we might find parentheses. What will happen and how should we start? Parentheses are the strongest, so they are stronger than the addition or the multiplication, the division, the subtraction. So it's the strongest out of all. So if you look at this expression, we have 27 minus 3 times 5 plus, in the parentheses we have 2 plus 4 minus 45 divided by 5 plus 9 divided by 3 in a parentheses. So we start with the strongest, which is the parentheses. So I'm going to calculate what's inside the parentheses. So 2 plus 4, it's 6. And 9 divided by 3, it's 3. And now we have an expression that we already know how to do it. We start with the strongest, which is multiplication, not division, because the multiplication comes first. So we start from left to right. Here we come. What if we have exponents or powers? Now you should know the order of everything. So the strongest out of all, it's the parentheses. Then the exponent, which is the power. Multiplication and division, they have the same power. Addition and subtraction also, they have the same power. So it's again PEMDAS. What's PEMDAS? It's the order of operation. Parentheses, exponents, multiply or divide, add or subtract. Now I'm going to solve some expressions that have many operations in one sentence. As you can see in the first one, we have 10 plus 8 times 6 divided by 2 power 2. You should always follow PEMDAS. So PEMDAS says parentheses, exponent, multiply or divide. So I'm going to start with the exponent. As you can see, what's 2 to the power 2? It's 4. So we copy everything beside it. 10 plus 8 times 6 divided by 4. So this is my answer. Now I have addition, multiplication, and division. So the most powerful are the multiplication and the division. So I'm going to start from left to right. So 8 times 6. 10 plus 48 divided by 4. Now I do the division, which is 48 divided by 4. 10 plus 12 is 22. I'm going to do one more. Here we have 50 minus 16 divided by 2 power 2 plus 3. So parentheses, exponent, multiply or divide. So I'm going to start with the exponent inside the parentheses, because you know I need to start to do the parentheses first, but inside the parentheses I have exponents, so I'm going to do the exponent first. So the answer is 50 minus 16 divided by 4 plus 3. Now I'm going to give the final answer of the parentheses, which is 4. 50 minus 4 now, because I have subtraction and addition of the same power, so we start from left to right. 50 minus 4 is 46 plus 3 it's 49. I advise you to solve the rest. I'm going to put them in front of you, but try to practice them alone. The only hint I'm going to give you is 4 to the power 0. You know that 4 to the power 0 is 1. Okay, it's 1. Check your answers when you are done solving the following exercises. And now let us start with addition and subtraction of signed numbers. When we are adding signed numbers, we have two options. The two numbers could have same sign, like both of them positive or both of them negative. Or we might have two numbers that have different signs, like one of them positive and the other is negative. In this case, in every case, we're going to do different steps. If we have two numbers that have the same sign, we keep the same sign and we add the numbers. For example, if we have plus 6 plus 3, so we are adding two positive numbers, so we keep the sign which is positive and we add the number which is 9. If we have minus 7 plus minus 2, we keep the same sign which is minus and we add the number and then we get minus 9. Now what if we have different signs? If we have plus 9 and minus 5, the answer is plus 4. So we subtract the numbers and we put the sign of the bigger, which is plus. Because 9 is bigger than 5, then the number take the sign of the bigger. 2 plus minus 7, so the answer is minus 5, because we subtract the numbers. 7 minus 2 is 5, and we put the sign of the bigger. Now, if we are subtracting signed numbers, we'll have different steps. To subtract two numbers, we keep the first as it is. We switch the subtraction to addition, and we switch the sign of the second number. The steps are very easy 3 steps. Keep, switch, switch. Keep the first, switch the subtraction to addition, switch the sign of the second number, so the minus 7 becomes plus 7. And now we have 2 plus 7, it's 9. Minus 10 minus 4. Keep, switch, switch. Keep the first, switch the subtraction into addition, and switch the minus 4 into plus 4. So minus 10 plus 4, here we have opposite sign. So we subtract, 10 minus 4 is 6, and we put the sign of the bigger. And now let us start talking about powers. Power is a repetition of multiplication. So instead of writing 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, this can be expressed in power form. The base is the number repeated, which is in this case 2. The power, it's the number of repetition, which is 5. So 2 to the power 5. 2 is called the base, which is the number repeated. 5 is called the exponent, which is how many times the number it's multiplied by itself. If we have 4 times 4 times 4, it's written as 4 to the power 3. Everything to the power 3, we call it cubed. So we say 4 cubed. If it's to the power 2, we say squared. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, it's 10 to the power 5. We say 10 to the power 5. 9 to the power 5, it's 9 multiplied 5 times by itself. 6 to the power 2 means 6 is multiplied 2 times by itself. Don't forget that everything to the power 2 it's squared, and everything to the power 3 it's cubed. There are some rules of powers that you have to memorize very well. Everything to the power 0 give us 1. Everything to the power 1 means the number itself. And 1 to the power anything, it's also 1. Now, if you have two numbers, sorry, they have the same base, but different powers, like am times an, it's a to the power m plus n. Like for an example, 3 to the power 4 times 3 to the power 2, or 3 squared, it's 3 to the power 4 plus 2, which is 6. So 3 to the power 6. Now, what if you have a fraction like a over b to the power n? You can distribute the exponent to the numerator and the denominator together. So it's a to the power n over b to the power n. For an example, 7 over 3 to the power 4, it's 7 to the power 4 over 3 to the power of 4. Now, if you have parentheses, or am to the power of n to the power of n, then you have to multiply the exponents. Like for an example, 5 squared to the power 4, it's 5 to the power 2 times 4, which is 5 to the power of 8. Now, if we have a times b to the power n, you can distribute the exponent for a and b because they are multiplied by each other. So 3 times 5 to the power 3, it's 3 to the power 3 times 5 to the power 3. And you can multiply the base together because they have the same exponent, which is 3, so 15 to the power of 3. Now, powers of base 10. If you have 10 to the power 0, it's 1 because everything to the power 0 is 1. If you have 10 to the power 2, 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 4, that means you have zeros as much as you have in the exponent. If it's 10 to the power 2, 2 zeros. 10 to the power 3, 3 zeros. So as much as you have in the exponent, you just add zeros to the beside 1. Now I'm going to join the PEMDAS that we've learned with the exponents that we just learned right now. So according to PEMDAS, we have parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So the power is a part of the order of operation. So look at this example, the first one. We have 19 minus 2 to the power 4 equals 19 minus 16 equals 3. So according to the order of operation, you start by the exponent first, which is 16, and then you subtract. So you follow the order of operation for exponent. Of course, you can practice the other two exercises by your own and then check your answer. Now I'm going to talk about the last thing for this video, which is the scientific notation, which is a way to shorten very big number or very small numbers. And to write a number in scientific notation, we should write it in the form of a times 10 to the power something. This a, it should be a number between 1 and 10 only. You cannot write, like, for example, 0 point something. No, it should be a number between 1 to 9. 1 point something, 2 point something, 3, 4, 5, and so on. If you look at the first one, we have 973. To write it in scientific notation means it's 9.73. So I just moved the point two times to the left. So it was 973.0. It became 9.73. Of course, I can do this as long as I put times 10 to the power 2 beside it. Why 10 to the power 2? Because I jumped two times to the left, two digits to the left, which means I have to multiply it by 10 to the power of 2. So if you move to the left, means it's positive exponent. If you move to the right, it's a negative exponent. Practice the other exercises, and when you are done, just check the answers, okay?